Hey 皆さん、It's Arthur. U-Connect のアーサーです。ちょっと前にあなたのリスニングを磨くための特別な動画を紹介しました。環境があまりに良くてこれからも続けていきたいと思います。このリスニングシリーズでは一つのトピックスを聞きながら一つ二つのリスニングポイントに気をつけていただくっていう形になります。今回のトピックスは近藤さんがおすすめしてくださった日本と欧米の文化の違いのことです。今回は日本と僕の出身地のアメリカの違いを4つ紹介したいと思います。このトピックスを聞きながらぜひこの2つのリスニングポイントに気をつけましょう。1、比較するための but in というフレーズです。2つのことを対象する比べるためによく使うフレーズです。例えばIn Japan, people speak Japanese, but in America, people speak English. で、この but in ですね、but in ではなく、ちょっとくっついちゃって、but in になります。but in じゃなくて、but in のような発音になります。2つ目のポイントは The States です。多くのアメリカ人はアメリカと英語で言いたいときに America ではなく The States を言います。The United States of America の省略だからです。なのでさっきの例文だとアメリカ人なら In Japan, people speak Japanese, but in the States,People speak English と言うと思います。ここのリスニング発音のポイントなんですけど、the のあの音をほとんど発音しないことが特徴です。口もほとんど開けずに the states じゃなくて the states と発音します。では今回のお話を聞きながらbut in と the states を言うときに気をつけましょう。それぞれのフレーズをいつ言ったかは description box で掲載しています。ぜひご参考にしてください。意味不明な場合はぜひ日本語の字幕をご利用ください。あと自動的に作られた英語の字幕があるのですが、それは 99% ぐらい合ってると思います。ぜひご利用ください。これから英語で話しますね。English only になります。Let's go!In this video, let's look at the main differences between Japan and the States. There are 4 main points I want to share. But before I share that, I want to share something else. To be honest, making this video was kind of difficult. Why is that? Because it's very difficult to say what American culture is. You know, America is a very large country. Japan is about the size of California only. Yeah, America is pretty big. And because it's so big, there's lots of different cultures and dialects and ways of thinking in the States. You have the culture where I'm from, Boston, which is known for being very intellectual with high education, but also for being very direct and pretty rude. And in the South, people are known for being more polite and kind. In the Northwest, in Seattle and Portland, people are nice at first, but afterwards they are not so nice. And then in the Southwest, you have California, which is a mix of everything. So in this video, I'll try and explain things that apply to all areas, but maybe it applies mainly to Boston or Seattle.Those are 2 places that I have lived, and I know those places pretty well. So let's get started with point number 1, the importance of the group. At the center of Japanese culture is the group. It's a group mentality. When I first came to Japan, I was very surprised at how often people called each other by the roles and not the names. At school, you call your teacher sensei, or you call the doctor sensei. In work, you call people by their position. You say shacho or Tanaka shacho, or something like that. When talking with people, the most important thing is finding the relationship inside the group. But in the States, it's pretty different.In Japan, maybe you have a group mentality, but in the States, you have an individual mentality. People don't think about their relationships with each other, they think about themselves. When I worked at a company, I didn't call my boss or manager, I called him by his first name. And in school, with teachers, you call them Mr. or Mrs. and then their name.You don't say teacher. So in Japanese, when you say Smith sensei, in English, you don't say teacher Smith or Smith teacher. You say Mr. Smith or Mrs. Smith. So if you talk with me, please don't call me Arthur teacher. You can just call me Arthur. And this individual mentality leads to point 2, cleanliness. Japan is very clean. Most foreigners, when they come to Japan for the first time, the most surprising thing is it's so clean.
I mean, it's phenomenal. I look around and I don't see a garbage can, yet the place is very clean.
But in the States, it's pretty different. Where I'm from, Boston, is actually pretty clean for an American city. But if you go to New York, Seattle, Los Angeles, you'll be surprised at all of the trash. I mean, I was surprised when I went to those places too. This place is so dirty. And even now, when I go back to the States, even Boston, I'm surprised at all the trash around. Because of the individual mentality, people don't really care about throwing away things on the ground. It doesn't bother me. It's fine for me. By the way, do you know how to say poiste in English? おまけとしてシェアします。ポイ捨ては英語で言うと litter と言います。なので今回の例として America has a lot of litter or many people litter in the States と言います。But this individual mentality is not always a bad thing. Actually is good for point 3, freedom. In general, people in Japan feel less freedom for themselves. Because of this group mentality, they care about what other people think about them. But in the States, people feel much more free. They don't care about the people around so much. They just care about themselves. So they feel more free to be themselves, to do what they want to do. You can act strange, it's okay. And you know, actually, many of my Japanese friends, when they go to the States, they feel a great amount of freedom. They feel happy that they can be themselves in the States. But their experience in the States is not always 100% good. This leads to point 4, innovation. One thing that's amazing about Japan is the focus on detail, is the hard work to make things even better. When I first came to Japan, I was surprised at the washiretto. In America, it was just a basic seat, but in Japan, it had a bidet, it had seat warming, there was music playing, they had all sorts of different features just on the toilet. And a lot of signs and instructions were very detailed with cute characters on them. And to be honest, when I first came to Japan, I thought, do we really need this? It's already good enough. Why make it better? Because in the States, the focus isn't on making something perfect. It's on innovation, creating new things. And so there are lots of new things in the States, but sometimes they are kind of rough. I like to say that America creates, but Japan makes it perfect. America created trains, Japan made them a lot better. America created video games, Japan made it a lot better. And that's why I like living in both the States and Japan. They are very different, but because they are so different, they complement each other. They match each other very well. And I feel very lucky and happy to experience the great stuff in the States and experience the great stuff in Japan. 今回のレッスンはいかがでしたか？近藤さんのご提案でこのトピックスになりました。このレッスンシリーズで他に聞きたいトピックスがあればぜひコメント欄で残してください。近藤さんと同じように参考にして次のトピックスを選びます。でもしあなたは英語を学んでも外国人の直面したら言葉が出てこない、頭が真っ白になるという問題がある場合はぜひこちらをクリックしてください。ユーコレクトミッションは日本人が英語を学ぶだけではなく実際に使える英語力を身につけ世界とつながっていただくことです。で、そのためにいろんなコンテンツ、いろんな活動があるのでぜひご覧ください。Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. 引き続き一緒に世界とつながりましょう。Bye! 反響がかなり良くて、これから引き続き続けて、ジャブラブラブラブラブラブラブラブラブラブラブラブラブラブラ Sorry guys.